What's going on, everyone? My name is Dillon. Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you all are feeling fine and fantastic today. Yes, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Shane. Now, this one is the documentary of Shane Warne. RIP Shane Warne. I'm going to get very emotional throughout this, guys, only because Shane Warne was the whole reason why I fell in love with cricket, and was the whole reason why I felt like I could have done a lot of things when I was younger playing sport, and was the whole reason why I loved playing sport. It's very tragic what happened with him, and I don't really want to talk about it too much. I just want to talk about the legacy he left behind, and amazing legacy, the belief that he gave all young kids around the world. I still remember to this day, quite literally remember to this day, going out the back and playing cricket with my brothers or on the street and pretending that I could be a leg spinner, pretending I could be Shane Warne. Let's go, guys. Let's get into this. Let's do it. It's going to be cut over on YouTube, by the way, this documentary. It will be over on Patreon in full. There'll be a link down in the description. It's going to be a tough one, guys. It's going to be a tough one. Let's do this. Come on, guys.
Standing at the top mark with a ball in my hand, and I looked down the pitch. My domain. It was my spot. I owned it.
Well, I met Shane in a lift in 2000. We ended up explaining cricket to an American person, which I think is a bonding experience. Because
yeah, that would have been an amazing experience.
You could not take your eyes off him when he bowled spin.
You want to be there inside the stadium when he's bowling.
Sachin.
Between a batter and Shane.
Warnie is a star. Warnie is
I remember that. I remember that.
Warnie was a star that comes along sort of every second or third generation.
And that's what I'm saying. That I'm going to try to control myself. That's what I'm saying about Shane Warne. This man was literally like the Michael Jordan of basketball. This is who Shane Warne was. And yes, he had his controversial moments off field. Some young kids may not want to look up to him when it comes to off field, but on that pitch, man, just he was the definition of a wizard. He was one of the most fierce competitors you'll ever freaking see. Oh my gosh, when he was mic'd up while playing, even the commentary, like before he passed away, he was so competitive with everything. But when he was mic'd up, you used to hear him, man, how competitive he was every single ball.
See, he's got the kind of, like, Jack the Lad don't give a attitude.
And the next ball.
One of my strengths on the field is I can intimidate people.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it be a word.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's to stand at the top mark and spin the ball. Whether it's to eyeball someone at the batsman at the other end. I wasn't taking any prisoners. I wouldn't have liked to play against me. I was nasty. Everybody's shame.
There's some SW Junior trophies here.
These are the best trophies. Look at these. What? Old Trafford first test versus England 1993. First test. That ball. That ball. You enhanced your reputation as a player, but what you did in the Ashes defined your career.
People remember England-Australia matches, but they certainly do remember what happens when you take on the old enemy, the Poms v the Convicts. It's front, middle and back pages of newspapers when there's an Ashes on.
How the whole country just gets behind the cricket, even non-cricket lovers.
I felt we had a weapon that no one else in world cricket had.
I said, guys, I'm going to cricket this afternoon.
For some reason, we were going to go over for the second test. I said, no, let's go over the first test. I want to be there when he bowls that first ball.
And I smoked about, I don't know how many cigarettes I smoked, but it was a bit like a Cheech and Chong movie in my room. It was like up and smoking, just open the door and it just...
oh my God.
And I was nervous. Like, I'm getting a bit nervous in my hands now thinking of team.
That was Shane.
Graham
Smoking
Gooch,
and drinking.
Mike Atherton. I didn't have a great night's sleep, to be honest. So suddenly, the thought of actually bowling my first ball in an Ashes series was a bit like, whoa. Next over up there. Yeah, Skip. Yep, no worries.
Probably in the old dark thought Warney was going to be anywhere near as good as he was.
First ball in Test cricket in England for Shane Warne.
It was overcast. It was even a bit misty.
Mike Gadding's on strike, Graham Gooch at the non-striker's end, and spin the ball as far as you possibly can and send a message to the England guys that this guy can spin it. That was my thought process.
He sure did.
Goes around the ground. And I let go of the ball. And then it's all like it happened in slow motion.
Look at that.
He followed the drift. He drifted, pitched.
It still gives me goosebumps.
And I felt bloody pretty good.
The ball of the century.
All of a sudden, you know, the legend is born.
Mike Gadding was a pretty good cricketer.
What the hell is going on here?
What happened?
He has absolutely no idea what has happened to it.
It's still distraught to this day. Have a look at him.
I hadn't seen much of him. It just flipped that bail, and I just sort of just thought, my goodness.
You'd go to bed and you'd be dreaming about that sort of ball all night. And suddenly you've been
Look
able
at
to
the
produce
drift on it though, and then it spun back. Just
As soon as he
artist.
let it go, you can hear it fizzing.
He just swung it enough.
Turned ridiculously. I've never seen a ball turn like that ever.
It's turned square.
The top of the off stump.
It was just the perfect ball.
And I just sort of wandered off. It was just surreal.
You can't do
And I
anything
got that
about it.
ball, but the fact that he turned out to be probably the best leg spinner of all time in all cricket was not so bad.
Yep.
He had a huge impact. Not just one test. Shane had an impact
Consistency.
in every test match.
Consistency.
England won for 100. What are we going?
I was talking with my mates the other day about this, yeah? When we found out Shane Warne passed away, we were literally talking about how whenever Australia were in trouble, Shane Warne will come to rescue. Shane Warne will come to rescue when we're like, oh, Jesus Christ, one for 90 or one for 150. Oh, it's not looking good. In comes Shane. Oh, Shane just absolutely rips them apart. 3 quick wickets. Rips the freaking middle order apart as well with freaking Glenn McGrath. Tell you, man. He was a magician.
It was a fluke, because I never ever did it again, the Gadding ball. I don't know. Things changed. That changed my life, that ball. It's called the speed limit. I go the speed limit. I never really wanted, but I'm AFL through and through. I love the physicality of it. I love the high-flying marks. I just love the sport. Here we go. Him and I used to just go down the park for hours with my brother. and the three of us would just go and kick the footy. I didn't really have girlfriends. I didn't have anything. School wasn't important.
Like, literally, guys, you got to realize this is why I tell you all the time. How come you didn't watch movies and things like that? One, didn't have a lot of money. Two, the neighborhood we grew up in, it wasn't that flash of a neighborhood, let me tell you that. And three, we were literally out all the time, either playing cricket, kicking the football, playing basketball, pretending to be our idols. Quite literally. Whenever the football used to go up, the football used to come back down, used to try and take a mark, we used to yell out, Kappa! This was life in Australia. This was life. You could walk down the street and not really be having to worry about your parents thinking, oh gosh, are they right by themselves? Now it's worry, Bill.